Hi, I'm Rob Zipp, and I am in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and that is the Eastern State Penitentiary. It has lots of great architecture, history, and some people say it's the most haunted place in the United States. So come along and let's find out if that's true, and let's have the most epic adventures. Look at this big, scary building. They do tours, they do guided tours, they do self-guided tours. Here is your Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission placard put here in 1996. Eastern State Penitentiary, original prison built 1822 to 1836 on a radio plan by John Haviland, linking solitude with moral and vocational instruction. It exemplified the Pennsylvania system of penology and became a model for over 300 prisons worldwide. It was closed in 1971. And now it's a tourist destination. Open for tours. Now open. All right, here is my receipt. I paid $21. I used my snack bonus money and I got a map. And look at this place. It's all kinds of rust and brick, iron. Okay, so we've got an audio tour narrated by Steve Buscemi. You know Steve Buscemi. So we're starting off at number 1. So this is a courtyard, and you can see the prison tower there. So that's the main tower. You can hear stories from some people that were actually prisoners here. So there we go, there's the narrator, a former guard, an inmate, and a sociologist. Here's a model of a drawing of what the penitentiary is. So they've got the spires and they've got the central guard tower in the middle. Interesting. This is cell block 1. 30-foot tall walls here. Wow. They even had a little greenhouse here. Here we go. They changed it up a little bit, but we're going inside cell block 1. Wow. The decay and the ruin. Bricks are starting to crumble, but it looks like they're doing some repair work here to try to save this. It looks so cool though. Here's one of the, so they still have one of the cots. This is the cell. They had a window, so they had natural light. So the rooms had a bed, a workbench, and a stainless steel toilet that was flushed with water once a day. So if you had diarrhea, that would back up. So we can go inside this one. Watch your step. This bench, the box, the cot, their work table. It's their toilet. And this door actually led out to the outside so they could go inside. They had a window here and a skylight. They did have men and women in here, and most people served around 2 years. They said that they would put a hood over their face when they brought them in so nobody could see who they were. They stayed in this room 23 hours a day, and they let them go outside through the back for 1 hour a day. So they would sleep in here, they would eat their meals in here, and they were given jobs. Each person did a different job. and they did their job on the workbench here. So it was meant for penance. They were supposed to have penance and think about what they did wrong. There's 10, there's 2, there's 11, so like 6 through here. So this is the center here. So cell block 1 is closed off. We came through cell block 2, there's cell block 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 and 9 is the exit. All right, cell block 1 was the original cell block. Cell block 2 was for females. Cell block 3 was the medical ward. You could see the cross on the gate there. And this is where Al Capone had his tonsils removed. Imagine that. This was only supposed to hold like 259 people. But you could see they added a second story to these other cell blocks to make it hold a lot more people. Go up the stairs. Steep as Shimmy says, it's steep, so use the handrail and go slowly. It's sticky. Handrail is sticky. It's a cold, wet day here. This was known as the Pennsylvania system. This total penitentiary. Everyone was in solitary confinement. Look at that. Charles Dickens visited this place and thought it was horrible mental torture, which it was proven to be. So this plaque thanks the prisoners that helped during World War I, and it just thanks them by their inmate number. And this one died. One died during World War I. The rest of them were just thanked for their service by their number. That was cool. You go through and you saw pictures and you could hear actual inmates that were here in the 20th century before they closed in 1960. It went from a solitary confinement prison to more of a normal prison where people did actually see each other and interact with one another. So it was interesting to hear their stories, see their pictures as you walk down the hallway. Now we're getting to the end of the audio tour now. So stick around and I'll give you my final thoughts of this whole thing. So that is the guard tower built in the 50s. That's the original guard tower built in the 1830s or 1820s. And that is downtown Philadelphia. It's a overcast, foggy day. And here is the main courtyard out here. You could see in the picture there was a basketball court right here. You could see the benches and the wall right here. So they used to play basketball right here. The outside of the prison block here, you can see their their sky windows, and then down here on the bottom is their solitary outside area, so they could go outside for 1 hour a day. Let's go take a closer look. About the same size as the prison cell with an open roof. I think a modern parkour person could scale this. And This is the door going back into their prison cell. They have a temporary exhibit, award-winning exhibit called Prisons Today, Questions in the Age of Mass Incarceration. And it's heated. Have you ever broken the law? Consider. Have you done any of these things? I know I drink underage. Sorry, parents. I don't drink now. I did not get caught, thankfully. There were a bunch of high school kids in there. I mean, it's a weekday, it's during the day. So of course, we're gonna have school field trips here. But that particular exhibit was talking about current incarceration, whether it works or not, and things I can do to improve it. So it's worth stopping in and reading everything. It's hard when there's a bunch of high school kids in there. It is what it is. Let's go through the gift shop. Got a little bit of free roam in here. It's like a medieval fortress. Built as a solitary confinement penitentiary, used as a regular prison. And there's there's like the regular 1 through 10 audio tour, but then there's ancillary tours here. That's a narrator is one of the tour guides. That's pretty cool. You can get a guided tour here at 2 p.m. It is 12:20 as I'm recording this. I gotta be back and get on a flight back to Houston. This place is just, you can't fake this kind of patina. The layers of paint. Don't eat the paint chips here. I guarantee you that's lead paint. What? Wait a second. Here's Al Capone's cell. Al Capone had a much nicer cell. He had 2 beds, he had a radio, some flowers, a bookcase. What a nice cell for a bad person. It's eerie hearing that music coming from Al Capone's cell, walking down the hallway. I'm expecting like a zombie to jump out of the cell any moment. This is crazy. It's cold too. It feels colder inside than it does outside, which is weird. Wow, you can listen to all kinds of music on your audio device. You can hit these numbers and play it on here. Wow, you could stay for hours just listening to all this. They even have some artist installations in here. This one from Jesse Crimes. He painted the walls. That is beautiful. That is so cool. I could totally see some of the walls getting painted like this by some of the inmates. It looks like a little bit of pasted. It's a combination of different things he did here. Yeah, this is all like, yeah, combination art project. Very, very cool. They got the middle swept out, the rubble left on the edges. I just love how that light shines down from there too. Here's another one from Linda Bond. Very neat. The original cot. This one has a film. You can go inside the theme in there and watch the film. I'm not gonna record the film. That's not cool. Well, here you don't have to exit through the gift shop. They have the museum store and a little building here in the corner of the penitentiary. But you know, I gotta get a sticker and pen. I already saw pens when I picked up the audio device. So I see somebody in there. Let's go inside. Yeah, there we are. Like I said, we are in the very corner here. All right, I was able to get 2 pins and a sticker. I got one for Pep the Dog. I didn't want to film in there. It just seemed a little weird because it's a kind of closed-in little area. But Pep the Dog was brought here in 1924, 100 years ago. And the story was that he murdered the governor's cat. So he was sentenced to life in prison here in the Eastern State Penitentiary. That was a tall tale. He was a good boy, and they just brought him in as like a mascot for the penitentiary. And to, people love dogs. So it's good for the staff, good for the inmates to have a dog that they could look after. So Pep the Dog, he had a mug shot made and everything. And he had his number that he wore. So he was listed as an inmate here, but he had a good life here at the penitentiary and got to roam around. So cute story. They had little plushies, they had shirts, they had all kinds of stuff, little magnets with his mugshot on it. But I got a pin of Pep the Dog, so I didn't catch that in there. It's one of the ancillary things that I missed, but I got it right here. Here, let me dig it out. There we go. There is Pep the Dog. C2559. What a good boy. Now this area over here, you see the Halloween tribute store. They have haunted house mazes here during Halloween. So here, it's really cool to come here at night during Halloween. They have a whole like giant haunted attraction here. I mean, why not, right? Another way for the museum to make money and to keep this place open for people to visit. The Eastern State Penitentiary, a former horrible prison, now a tourist attraction. It's really an interesting place to come. You can take some great pictures here if you want to come and take some of those Instagram shots or whatever. But I appreciate you guys coming along with me and watching this far. If you haven't done so already, slap that like button, leave a comment down below. It shows me that you care, and it's free. Totally free. So until next time, guys, I'm Rob Zip, and thanks for coming with me on the Most Epic Adventures. I will be in Fort Lauderdale on Sunday. We'll see what I get into there, but you'll have to make sure you're subscribed to find out. Bye.